One of the Democrats' first order of business, proposing a way out of the government shutdown, a proposal which would just so happen to reduce the president's leverage to demand funding for a border wall. Both sides, though, are entrenched. Their sit down in the sit room led to nothing. For more on that, CNN's Caitlin Collins at the White House.
Well, Christine and Dave, Washington is essentially at a stalemate today now that meeting between the president and congressional leaders yesterday ended in a deadlock with no progress being made and the government no closer to being reopened than it was 12 days ago when it first partially shut down. Now, in this meeting, which was held in the Situation Room because White House officials wanted to communicate just how serious they think what they're calling the crisis on the border truly is, there was also already a lot of drama happening in that room. Now, we're told by sources that as soon as the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen started giving her briefing to those lawmakers, that Nancy Pelosi interrupted and said the Democrats wanted to lay out their plan to reopen the government. That's when Chuck Schumer proposed having the Senate and the House pass these bipartisan 6 bills to keep those government agencies funded and then negotiate over the next 30 days what they want to do for DHS funding for the long haul. But that's an idea that the White House is opposed to. A White House official said that they asked these Democrats, if we do agree to do that and have the president sign those bills, will you come up on your requirement for funding for only $1.3 billion in border security funding? We want to make that number higher. Democrats didn't signal that they were open to doing so, and essentially we are back to square one here. Now, talks have been delayed until Friday when the White House says they've invited those same lawmakers to come back to the White House and continue those negotiations. And in the words of one White House official, they said, prepare for this to be a long shutdown because this could go on for a while. Christina, Dave.
All right, day 13, Caitlin Collins, thanks. After meeting with the president, Democratic leaders told reporters they believe they gave Mr. Trump a chance to take yes for an answer. He did not do so.
I said, Mr. President, give me one good reason why you should continue your shutdown of the 8 cabinet departments while we are debating our differences on Homeland Security. He could not give a good answer.
We're asking the president to open up government. We are giving him a Republican path to do that. Why would he not do it?
Now, earlier in the day at a cabinet meeting, the president made clear he is standing his ground on funding for the border wall. He says he will not compromise on keeping Americans safe.
Would you accept anything less than $2.5 billion?
No, not 2.5. No, we're asking for 5.6. And, you know, somebody said 2.5. No, look, this is national security we're talking about.
Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina believes the government shutdown is a defining moment for the president and the Republican Party. He tells Fox News, for Trump to fold on border wall funding, simply not an option.
If he gives in now, that's the end of 2019 in terms of him being an effective president. That's probably the end of his presidency. Donald Trump has made a promise to the American people. He's going to secure our border. That's the end of us if we give on this issue as Republicans.
Senator Graham is proposing his own shutdown solution, $5 billion for border security in exchange for the passage of the Bridge Act, a bipartisan bill that would temporarily protect Dreamers from deportation for 3 years.